I'm hanging out actually this evening with Pastor Adrian and Sharon Thomas. They've been out in the Dominican Republic for years and years. I'm going to tell them how long, but we're just going to hang out with them and kind of catch up with them a little bit with what this past year has been looking like, and also some of the things that they're doing for the future. So, what's up, guys? How's it going?
It's going great, Richard. So good to see you guys. A huge thank you to Agent Court for your support and your partnership, your prayers, your encouragement, and just excited to see what God is doing as we collaborate together and work together to further God's kingdom here in the Dominican Republic.
I love that. Thank you so much, Pastor Adrian. So let's jump into it. This it's been a very interesting couple of years. Talk about what that looked like for you guys as missionaries out there in Dominican Republic.
I think we could sum it up in one very quick statement and to say it's been the most difficult time in our lives, but it's also been the most rewarding time in our lives. God has opened up so many doors for us that we never even imagined or thought. Like our influence as a ministry has grown exponentially in the last year and a half. The church still has a place in the midst of this pandemic. This church still has an opportunity to touch lives, change lives, help lives, transform lives.
Yeah, it was an interesting pivot, I would say. So many people were wondering, what will this look like for the church in Canada? What will that look like for support for missionaries? Will we be able to stay on the field? So there was a lot of uncertainty, and God has been so faithful. We've been here for many years, and we've been through a number of different situations, floods, hurricanes. And so we knew that during this crisis, pastors and families would be facing the situation without the safety net that we have in Canada. There's no government subsidies. There's no ability for people to quarantine in their homes and stock up on food. And so we knew that if we left, that bridge wouldn't be there.
I love the incredible passion that you guys have, even when I was there, and just seeing how you work with different pastors and different communities and how much they love you guys. Let's shift a little bit here. Talk about your daily routines. Just give us a glimpse of what it's like living there now.
Doing life was always a little bit more difficult here to begin with, and the pandemic has just kind of magnified that. Yeah. But right now, a day for me is I'm up at 6 every morning and getting ready to head out to the work site. I pick up some of the workers and then throughout the day, out doing visitation or picking up supplies or doing different things like that, or working on sermons. I'm still preaching. I'm still teaching in different capacities, either on Zoom or in live or actually in person. Wow. And the day goes really fast. We have to be back at home by 6 for the curfew. We do have a lot of people visiting us here at the house, looking for help or looking for different needs, and our means only go so far, but the needs are way bigger than our means. And so trying to make those decisions sometimes, like today, I had to make a decision about someone who's in desperate need. And it was hard. Yeah. It was really hard to tell that we didn't have the capacity to meet their need fully, but we could help partly. And we're seeing more and more of that as the COVID continues, the pandemic continues.
You guys are longtime friends and partners of our church. A lot of our community people know you. We love you. How can we be praying for you? How can we be partners with you and be a source of encouragement for you guys? And if you may just share a little bit of that dream and that heart.
One of the things that's been pretty incredible is that since March of 2020, we've been able to support 50 pastors, families with food and basic needs every month. One pastor said to me, tell the Canadian churches just how much this means to us, because rather than us worrying about where our next meal is from, you've taken that weight off our shoulders and we've been able to concentrate on ministry. A praise report was that since March of 2020, we've been bringing in a container every 3 or 4 months filled with dehydrated food mixes. Over 2,500,000 servings of dehydrated food. Wow. In the Dominican Republic. Sounds like a lot, but it goes so quickly. Pray for the pastors. It's difficult for them, Richard. They need help in every area of their life. There's just many pastors that are going through an extremely difficult time. The burden of a community that is suffering weighs heavily on the shoulders of these pastors. And so just pray for them.
We've been doing visitation with the Child Care Plus kids, going in, seeing how their families are doing. Some families are doing great, and other families, the majority of them, are really struggling. They're struggling to provide food. They're struggling to find work. And it's reflecting in the care of the children. And so, yeah, continue to pray for families.
The other thing that we would ask for prayer is just for our work projects. Beginning of 2020, we were depending on a lot of construction teams to come down and help us complete those projects. And when everything got canceled, we were like, well, we may as well just shut down the projects because nothing's going to happen. Richard, I don't know how to say this, but the projects have not stopped. We've had enough funds come in by the generous donation from people in Canada to keep the projects going. We have 3 buildings built. They're ready for the roofs to go on. We have a trade school that will be finished probably in August and will open in the fall. So, like I said, in the midst of all this, like I said, so much negativity, it's amazing how much positive things are happening that God is still doing.
Well, I'm grateful you said in the beginning, just for your open heart. Grateful for you guys, love you, and we're always thinking about you. And friends, I hope you've been encouraged today as much as I've been encouraged. So thank you again, Pastor Adrian and Sharon.